This split, we're struggling a lot, to a point that we almost forgot what it feels to win, in the stage. But yeah, we are looking to improve like every week, and I think we're doing fine on that right now.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I'm sitting here with Samux from Unicorns of Love. You just picked up your second win. Are you happy with that?
I mean, I'm happy, but the split is not going really well, so we are 2-8 right now, so I'm not too happy. But yeah, we're looking to do a comeback in the split.
You had a really amazing performance on that Ezreal. Do you think that Ezreal right now is a very strong pick?
Yeah, he's really strong. Like, he spikes in the mid game, and he is like super strong in the mid game. He gets out-scaled in the late game though, but if you force enough fights in the mid game, then it's worth a pick. Lots
of really close fights, especially against Steelback's Tristana, especially in the mid lane, in the mid game fights. What was the decisive point this time? Because in previous Unicorns games, it felt like you guys lacked that one decisive call, but this time you almost always pulled the trigger.
I mean, in this case, I think we were really strong mid game. Like, everyone had their power spike. So we just called that we want to fight every chance we get, so we just control the side waves and try to fight in the mid lane, and that's what we try to do.
And even you chased everyone down, even into the enemy base?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't plan to do that, but yeah, it was good in the end, so.
All in. I mean, Exileh in one situation was on like 5 HP and stuff.
Exileh was smurfing on Zoe this game, I think.
Are you okay with the fact that he got MVP and not you in that game?
Yeah, I think Exileh deserves some praise because he's like, even though we're losing so much, I think Exileh is playing well most of the time.
Okay, fair enough. Now, you got to join the Unicorns in last year, of course, and at that point, during that spring split, Unicorns were at the best point they'd ever have been. They won 89% of their games, but before this game, the Unicorns had only won 11% of their games, of course. Is it a bit of a weird feeling to see, or to join a team and them being on the highest of the heights and now being on the bottom all of a sudden?
Yes, it's really weird. Like, last split, we were like one of the top 4 teams for sure, I think, top 5. This split, we're struggling a lot, to a point that we almost forgot what it feels to win, in the stage. But yeah, we are looking to improve like every week, and I think we're doing fine on that right now.
How's your synergy been going with your new support, Totoro?
It was a bit rough at the start because he doesn't speak English, but every week his English is getting better, so we can communicate more, and we play every week better, I think. Okay.
Now, there was an interesting statistic during the game as well when you guys did grab the Baron. Beforehand, Unicorns Barons had been very counterproductive.
Power play, sorry.
This time it was a power play. So specifically when I talked to Sheepy, he mentioned that a sports psychologist came in. Did he help you guys out in some areas?
I mean, I think we are struggling a bit in having confidence in a stage with some of the players. That's why we bring it as a psychologist, and he's helping us on being confident in our play and in a stage, and try to translate the scrims into stage. Okay,
and in scrims you're performing well, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, this week we had a bit of a rough week, but the weeks before we were performing pretty well, and I think we are performing like a middle of the pack team instead of like the worst team in the league.
Ironically enough, it seems like, okay, in the previous weeks you performed really well in scrims and then lost, and this week you had a rough week in scrims and now you won. So
it's actually a common trend, happens to every team, I think.
Yeah, is it true that, because there's the stereotype about, oh, we're doing well in scrims, but then we're not translating into stage. Like Team Liquid, for example, when they were 10th in the league, they were always saying like, oh yeah, but we're doing well in scrims and stuff, but it doesn't matter at the end, does it?
Yeah, there are some players that play really aggressive and confident in scrims, because of the environment, that they don't feel the pressure that there is in a stage. And in stage they don't do the same, and then something that I think happens to us a lot right now.
There's been a lot of discussion about the ADC meta, essentially consisting of like 6 champions max, and of course we saw some nerfs on like the likes of Kog'Maw, etc., Ginsu's. What do you think of the current changes and the upcoming ADCs metas?
In the upcoming changes, I think they want to put more variety in the world lane, They say something about that. But right now it's like Tristana is the best champion, I think, in the world lane, and then Kalista as well. And then the other champions are like Andame, like Ellen is good as well, but it's not that as good as other champions. So there is like really small champion pool in the bowling right now. So I think they need to do something about it.
So why did you let them pick Tristana?
I wanted to pick Tristana, but we put priority on GP, you know, and then they picked Tristana after, so I didn't get a chance.
Unlucky taking the bullet for your teammate.
Exactly.
I talked to White Knight before this, and he was like, "Yeah, I was really boosted on GP today."
Yeah, I mean, he said he didn't have the best game, but I think he did his job, you know, like classic GP, just farm and out-scale into the game.
Yeah, just pressure the side lanes, do your ults, and then it will eventually work out, hey?
Yeah.
Does it feel a bit annoying, though, from an ADC's perspective, that there are so many delete mid laners right now in the way, like Zoe and stuff, and then you just ran it like Steelback. I feel bad for that guy after that game, because Exileh was just, oh yeah, Q, jump, delete.
I mean, in this game, I also had to build, you know, Malmortius, Scimitar, full MR. If I don't build this, then Vladimir is going to one-shot me as well, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it is what it is, you know. You're ADC, you go full damage, so you get one-shotted.
No, so you have to adapt anyway.
Yeah, you need to be careful, that's all you need to do.
So with the upcoming weeks ahead, and you've now like played half of the season, of course, do you think you realistically can beat most of the other teams out there?
I mean, I think it's hard to beat most of the top teams right now for us, but like last week we played versus Fnatic and G2, and we didn't perform bad in the early mid game, you know, we just fell flat in the late game. There was the Baron steal from G2 and the team fights from Fnatic in the late game. So our early mid game is usually fine or good, I think. We just need to, you know, the later it goes into the game, the more pressure it is for us, because late game, one mistake and solo lose the game. Yeah. And I think we play a bit afraid in the late game, and we should play more confident. And
in those situations, of course, when it comes to those late game situations, and you already have some doubt on your mind and the pressure.
Right. Normally, maybe in scrims I would just jump in with Tristan and try to go for something, you know. But I'm like, what if I jump in and die and we lose the game, you know? Like we're already like 1-7. What if I jump in, die, and we're like 1-8? You know, like there is a lot of pressure there, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, is there anything you would like to say to the plenty of Unicorns fans out there?
Hold on, we're getting better every week.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's the truth. This was Samux from the Unicorns of Love, and Darius from the Shotcaller. Hope you guys had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that interview. This is a generic end card, so make sure to click here for another interview, or here for a different interview. And if you want to check out more content, specifically from the NALCS, make sure to visit theshotcaller.net for more interviews and other esports content. Have a good day.